Hi everybody, I wanted to share a quick video about a squad chicken dinner we got on PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds last night. We're on the Xbox here, and without further ado, let's just have a quick look at the flight path over Erangel, and you can kind of see the reasons behind the decision making we make when we're playing the game. So this particular map, as you can see, it was a southwest to it's a northwest to southeast flight path in a diagonal across there. Generally the way that we play is either D23 or a variation of D23, which is drive to the third circle and then play the edge. Now for this particular squad match it was me, Keith, Matt and Ross, and Matt was in charge, so he was going to be calling where we were going to be going and what we were going to be doing. And straight away, as soon as we sort of passed the coast, he called military base. The idea being that we would drop somewhere in the region of Milta, grab some vehicles and head over to military base to loot in peace. So let's see what happens. So yeah, we do drop. Again, what we're doing here is we're looking for vehicles. We do not go and loot at all. As you can see there, we're going cross. By the way, you might want to be watching this full screen, so because I know the map's not that big. And there we go, there's the whole team heading over to military base. And we get there and then we're going to start looting. Now let's just pause the video there because we've had the first circle appears. As you can see, it's a good circle for us. Means that we can loot really late and then make our way across the bridge. But let's see where the other teams have gone. So as we said, it was a northwest to southeast flight path. So as you'd expect, we've got people on North Georgie, we've got a team in Zaki, Roshock's really busy, School of course is busy. People have jumped to Pollyanna. Interestingly, you know, this nice little compound here, we have a team here. Now this compound is, oh, we've just got two people. This compound is out of the way, but it can be very popular, so watch out for that, especially for people who were landing at Stalba. Also, as you'd expect, we've got teams in Milta and Milta Power. You know, it's on the flight path, they're common places, you get lots of good loot. So now let's zoom in on my squad again and see what we do. As we're looting up, we're listening out just in case there's any enemies approaching. We know they're going to be coming in vehicles, we'll hear them come, and pretty soon a supply drop comes over the top, and you'll see me and Keith zoom off. There goes Keith. I jump into a vehicle and we zoom off. There's the supply. See, we were racing for it. It was really funny that. So we're racing for it. So Keith jumps out. He gets the supply drop while I'm covering him. He gets an M249. Very nice. The saw, sometimes known as. And I don't get anything. But he then starts to head off back to the squad. Where I start checking these houses here, and I think I'll do these houses here while everybody's getting suited and booted. If we go back to the main map, we can see movement now. People are starting to move in. There's been quite a few firefights in the various places, but people are moving from kind of the centre portion of the map and moving into this side of the circle. This will be the hot side of the circle. Now, people have moved to Prim, and people are Prim, and they are... It's a good place to be for them because they know that the next circle is probably going to be good for them. We're thinking about moving, but we're still just looting up. Still got plenty of time. The blue, as you can see now, is coming in. You can see the various movements. People are starting to come together all around this kind of east to northeast portion of the map. The Georgie teams are starting to bump into each other as well and killing each other as we come through. And let's see, now the blue's coming in, so we start to move across now, I think. Here we go. Right, so we've now had the second circle appear. Very good for these guys in Prim. It does mean that all these teams here that are sweeping in, they're all going to be squashing into each other. We're still looting because we're in the safe zone. Just enjoying, just finding out who's got scopes. What we're going to do, how we get now. At this point, we were deciding how we're going to get across the bridge because, especially in squads, bridge blocks are very dangerous things. You know, 4 players with assault rifles can take out a jeep in a matter of seconds. So we had a look to see if we could see any boats. There was no boats to use to come across. I had a 15 times scope on my Car 98 at this point, so I was using that to scope out the bridge. Don't worry, I quickly swapped out that to 8 times because the 15 time is awful. We can see it's pretty clear, and the boys decided to do a run across, which they did, got there safely. Now this is quite interesting. Let's zoom in so you can see what's going on. So at this point, see if I can get it. There we go. So at this point, we've got Matt and Keith are there in a vehicle. Me and Ross have still got to come across. And then we've got one guy here. And then we've got another guy here. Now, they're coming in. Now, we are split up at this point, so it could be quite dangerous. Let me zoom out a little bit so you can see what's going on. Right, so let's fast forward. Now, you might know this area is like a wooded area along this ridge, so it's a nice place to play, I think. And I'm a big believer, as we're moving into this stage of the game, I know we've still got a long way to go. We're 15 minutes, about halfway in. Buildings are now very, very dangerous because people are going to be in buildings, looting, and you're probably better off avoiding them if you can. So the guys, another supply drop come in. I think Matt picks up a grozer now, which is very nice. And then, right, we're all back together. What we do now is we'll all sort of huddle together. Everybody will drop their weapons they don't need, their attachments they don't need, sorry, so we can share them out. Now we've still got these 2 teams in Prim. We've got another team down here. Still got lots of people who need to come from sort of Pochinki, and are making their way in. And funnily enough, sorry about that. We've got one team up here coming down from the north. Now our kind of plan is to just work this area here, because we've taken fire from the rear here, and we took fire from this area as well. So, and we're very worried about this compound here, this compound here. We're pretty sure people are in there. So we're playing it safe. We're working the middle. One of us is looking north, one of us is looking forward. I think I was checking out south, and one of us will be looking behind, and we're kind of moving towards as a group. And we're kind of waiting to see what the next circle will do. Here comes the blue, and then bonk, next circle appears. So we're pretty happy about this circle because we can work this ridge. Let's zoom in a little bit. In cover through the trees, but again we're still worried about, we know there's people to our left, we're pretty sure there's people to our right, and so we start working our way up. Right, there we go, these guys come past, we start engaging them, and then engaging that guy in that field. In fact, that guy in the field, he was AFK. We had quite fun firing at him. He was just standing there in the field. It was an easy kill. We spot these guys running along the beach, but I know it doesn't look very far on this map, but it is that they were a long, long way away, and you'll see us probably start to engage in them. There we go. So we're firing at these guys, just blatting away at them. At this point, I don't think any of us have got any kills yet. Right, Matt just got the first kill on this chap here. They're moving towards Quarry. I think they were moving along that wall that's just there. And then Ross just picked up a kill there as well on the other guy. And then Matt's now got another kill, so he's up to 3. Ross is up to, still got 1. Me and Keith haven't got any yet. But again, always remember, in squads, as soon as somebody calls something out, if you can get all of you firing at somebody, if you can see them, you're going to take them out very quickly. But also remember, if you're not part of that group, say there's 4 of you and 3 of you spot somebody and you all fire at them, so you can take them down really quick, which is very important. Then you can start aiming at the other guy. If you don't see them, don't just run over there and chase it. You think, right, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking at the other directions to make sure nobody's coming up from behind, because obviously as soon as you start firing, other teams know that, and you get teams pushing towards you because they know you're going to be distracted. So we're moving along the ridge a little bit further. Right, next circle appears. Of course, we are very, very chuffed with this circle, because again we can carry on our strategy of pushing in. I think we were still worried about this compound here and this compound here. In fact, there were these 2 guys. The team has moved out of Primorsk and are moving into this area. Let's just zoom out a bit. We've got another team to the northeast, and that's about it now. So we're at 22 minutes. We're moving into very much the end game, and now it's all about playing the edge, keeping an eye on everybody, calling out, and just being right. Here we go. So it's really starting to come together. They're coming in from the northeast. We've got this team here. This team here are playing the edge of the road, and these guys are coming around the back. Right, let's see what happens next. Right, so we're then engaging this chap from behind. Ross just kills him, and now we're engaging this team who are over at the, it's like a sort of granary, isn't it, over here? So we're blatting away at them, moving away. And I think what happens now, I think this team and this team start getting in a firefight. Let's have a look. Oh no, we're still firing at them. All right, yeah, there we go. So this team here heard us firing at these guys, and they start engaging in them. On this, on PUBG.sh, as you can see, red dots are people who are dead, and orange are where people who haven't got much health. So we're blatting away. They're firing at them. I think this guy was hiding behind a wall. Oh, somebody just got revived then, so they start coming towards us. I think we just slow down the speed a little bit. So we're firing at that guy. Firing again. This team is, again, we've pretty much taken this team out, and then this team here are taking these guys. Now, keep an eye, there's a couple of guys in this house as well. So, blat, blat, blat. That gets another kill. Right, next circle appears. Again, we're very happy with the circle. We can carry on playing this ridge. We're in the trees. We've got lots of cover. We know there's some guys over here, but they're probably going to be pushing towards... Most people push towards the centre of the circle. So they're going to be pushing this way. These are going to be pushing there. We don't have to worry about these. Well, we don't know about these, but we do know there's some people in this house here. So we're kind of keeping an eye on things. Medding up. This squad are now having a fight with each other. Well, not with each other, with the other squad, which is always good. So we kind of leave them alone. Oh, right, okay, who's that? That's Matt. Is having a long-range shot with these guys at the quarry, just making sure they keep their heads down. Again, then they're killing each other there, which is great. And we're moving up to the edge of the circle. Just playing the edge. It's funny, when you see this bird's eye view, when you're here, you're thinking, oh, they could be all around us, and you can hear all these gunfights going on. But obviously, we've got nobody near us. Now, these guys have got to think about moving, and in fact, what we see here is we've got two squads having a battle here. I think that might be a solo guy. Oh no, they'll be there. So let's see what happens with those guys. Right, so these teams here are shooting each other. That's another team there, so they're all shooting each other. And then what we'll probably see is right now these two teams here are engaging, and we're blasting at these guys as they're making a break for the safe zone. Again, this team here on the left, they're all shooting each other, killing each other. Right, here we go, bang, bang, bang. We're all shooting. They're having to make a run for it. We're in safe. There we go. I get my one kill there. I had a Kar 98 with an 8 times. I think I had a Scar as my other one, so it's quite hard to hit people. Well, I find it hard to hit people with the Kar 98, but I hit that chap as he was on the run. So, as the blue comes in, let's see everything settle down. So, there we go. Now, we're moving into the final circle. So, what's really important here is that all 4 of us have got to the final circle. At this point, Matt's got 5 kills, Ross has got 3, I've got 1. Keith is yet to get off the mark, but he's been using that M249 to really keep people suppressed. Once you hear that 249 open up, bang, 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 you know, you get out of the way because you know you're going to get any killed. This team are at a disadvantage to us because there's only 2 of them. This team, there's 4 of them. So what we're really looking at is those. And if you can get all your squad members to the last circles, you have such an advantage. And it's another argument for when you're playing as a squad of 3 or even 2, always have randoms in your squad, because having that extra person who can do the revives and who is another pair of eyes. I know often they won't be talking to you over comms, but they'll see people and start firing at them. It means that you have an advantage. 4 versus 4 is much better than 4 versus 3. Right, so let's play it along. So we're working this side of the circle, and I think we start engaging in this team on the left in a sec. All right, that's it. I fell back to meet up with Keith, just to pair up so that we were together. So we've got, I think that's Matt and Ross who are over here on the left. Right, we've teamed up, so those 2 are firing at that guy. They take him down pretty quick, and then they engage his mate. So he's broken sort of north into the circle. This other team are here, and this other team, so it's Cannibal Owl. Right, so this is these 4 guys here, they're all together. So for some reason, this guy, Cannibal Owl, he made a bit of a boo-boo, really pushing. He pushed it all the way up into the centre of the circle, while his teammates, unless it was a strategy they were using, this guy's by himself. So let's see what happens next. Yeah, this gentleman here, he's healing up, but he's going to be pinched. Right, so he gets pinched by the other team. So now it is literally, it's this team. Cannibal Owl, IRC and Hoteros versus... Oh, is he in their team? Yeah, versus us. So let's see how it plays out, the last bits. Let's just highlight me. Right, so we're engaging those guys. This guy's sneaking up, actually, on us. We're all shooting each other. Generally just shouting, over there! 270. We've still got lots of health. I think I go down in just a second. Right, so there we go. So what have we got? So now it's... I'm pretty sure I'm dead at... Am I dead at this point? No, I'm just Ross. I'm still there. No, I'm still alive. Oh, yeah, no, we've got this chap here. And what happens next is we take out one of them and it just leaves one left. I think Matt goes down and I go and pick him up. So we're trying to work out that the next circle's appeared, so we're sort of manoeuvring around, trying to stay safe, trying to get eyes on them. In fact, let's zoom in so you get a better view. I think what I can do if I... Right, so you can see all of our team there. So we've got 2 guys, there's our team, we've only got 2 guys. They've got a bit split up though, which isn't the best. Right, I shoot that guy. We're moving around. Right, he's just killed me, I think. Yeah, and then the chap's killed him, and then we've got one guy. This guy comes behind us actually now. He flanks around. It's a good move, and then that's it, and he gets killed. In fact, let's just roll that back a tiny little bit. Let's take it down to single speed so we can see. Let's get right in. So we can see. So there's Keith, there's Ross. I think I'm dead at this point, or I'm healing up. I'm wandering around. So we take out that team member there, who's called Hyoteros 13. But his mate makes a good move here. Cannibal Gila moves round the back. Somebody, I think Keith calls it, starts blasting away at him with the M249, and bang, there we go, chicken dinner. Great chicken dinner, and hopefully that's a good example of jumping far from the plane, looting up somewhere safe, playing the edge of the circle. I mean, we were lucky with those circles, slowly working our way in. We had some really good calls out for the team, shouting everybody else. Where enemies were and engaging them, and we had a very nice mix of weapons as well. I had the Kar 98, Keith had the M249, Matt ended up with a Groza, Ross was doing some really great work with his assault rifle, and I think he had a submachine gun as well, and we were keeping up the fire, and as I said, we got chicken dinner. So there we go, that's enough from me. Put your questions and comments down below. If you like the video, hit like. If you want to see more of the same, press subscribe. Now remember, this website is pubg.sh, and all you do is you select the right server for you, so NA or EU, and either PC or Xbox, and then you can look at your games, your solos, your duos, your squads, and you can go back in a really simple format. I like this 2D top-down format. You can have a look at how a game develops, how the circle strategies, the different circle strategies are used by different people, and how jumping far from the plane, if you want to play it like that, why it works. Anyway, that's enough from me. Thank you very much, and I will see you again soon.